नित्यानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्याधिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि. Nithyanandam, and welcome to Nithyananda TV. I'm Sri Nithya Rajananda Maharaj.
And I am Sri Nithya Ramanathananda Maharaj.
And today we are continuing on the discussion that we have been having about vegetarianism and how that affects the environment, how the and vegetarianism and the lifestyle, the Hindu lifestyle of vegetarianism is the best sustainable strategy for the world to be able to understand and reverse the damage that we have done to the world when it comes to environmental damage, water pollution, air pollution, and various other things as far as deforestation and making also water so contaminated that it is just not even able to sustain other life forms, and also damaging ourselves with a bad food, literally fake food, plastic food that is not a really made to nourish yourself naturally, but rather food that is made just for making money and is getting you unhealthy and making you more unhealthy to be having to take medicines and have a life full of medicines and an old life just full of just 20-25 pills that you take 3 times a day. That is the lifestyle that we are seeing people getting into, and we are presenting to you today the solutions on how, by nature, Hinduism is all green. It's go green as per Hinduism. Just follow the lifestyle as per Hinduism. And one of the best conversations in the world today, most important conversations in the world today, is about the vegetarian food, because the vegetarian food, or especially the non-vegetarian, the meat industry, does so much of environmental damage to the environment by doing so much of deforestation to create pasture land for animals that will be grown just for someone to be eaten. So this is how we have to change our base cognition about what is the world, what are animals, what are human beings, what our bodies are capable of eating, what we are not capable of taking, and why we should and why we ought to, in order to actually really feel fulfilled in life. And we are seeing many people who are on the spiritual path, people who want to experience themselves beyond just the mundane understandings or the limitations they experience in their bodies or minds. They want to experience something more. This is a strive for higher intelligence that all human beings seek. And all human beings who are seeking the spiritual path should live a vegetarian lifestyle. This is the guidance and the direct message of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. If one understands this truth, that you become what you eat, and what you eat becomes you, you can see very clearly how the non-vegetarian food adversely impacts the biomemory and muscle memory, and how vegetarian food comes to you with higher intelligence, like producing energy directly from ether, air, space, and going to become a part of you. So this yogic kind of understanding of Hinduism is something of the world itself, is what Hinduism has to contribute to the world. And the first part of it, the best way to take advantage of the yoga lifestyle that is there in Hinduism, is practicing the vegetarian diet. And we can have more conversation in this. Please give your comments below. If you're a practitioner of yoga, or you tried some yoga, how has yoga made you understand clearly that vegetarian lifestyle is the way to go in your yoga practice? Let us know, share your comments. Let us know if you know any stories about someone who has done yoga, or wants to be able to deepen their yoga practice, and when they find out that their non-vegetarian diet is coming the way, that yoga was not able to be something that they are able to progress in. Please let us know in the comments, and we want to have a discussion with everyone. And so let's have a discussion today on how we can help, how the Hindu way of helping the environment.
Yes. So I would like to start with inviting all of you, to be part of this whole discussion rather than being a monologue or one-sided conversation. I request all of you, to put your opinion, your understanding, what you think, where Hinduism places environment, nature. And do you even know, like, in what all way Hinduism is pro-environment, pro life sustenance, or where it talks about being a green vegetarian lifestyle or organic lifestyle. Many of us know that the Hinduism promotes, or we think that it also advocates eating non-veg, or so many things, so many doubts you may have. So I am sure you will have the doubt, and we can actually have a discussion on this. If you just put your comments, or even the number that is being displayed there, you can just dial the number, that's WhatsApp number, and you can directly connect with us, and we can have a direct conversation with you. See, understand? Let us look into how Hinduism introduces the mother nature, the environment in us. Okay, one of the very important aspect of Hinduism that you need to see, that it gives the right introduction about everything. Hinduism is all about giving a right introduction of you to you, a right introduction of a world around you, the right introduction about the Ishvara. So this is where the life starts. You will understand the importance of. It would be easy to understand when we look at ourselves, when we look how we define ourselves, or if you look how you carry yourself and how you relate with others. Our whole life can be summarized in this way, that how we carry ourselves, and how we relate with others, or how we perceive the whole world. This perceptions, this understanding and cognitions plays a very, very major role into the kind of thinking process we have, the kind of actions that we take, and the kind of conclusions we reach, or the very way we carry ourselves. All that matters a lot. And that is where Hinduism comes into the picture and gives us the right introduction of who we are. Same way, when it comes to the environment is introduced as nature, mother nature. Adi Shakti, Parashakti herself. So the very introduction of environment, is something supreme in Hinduism. It's not just, where we look on the biodiversity or some bioorganism, which has, some form of life or some form of, the nature, it being governed by some law of nature where everything is happening, but rather something much more deeper, where it is placed as the very manifestation of Parashakti herself, the whole nature, every single existence, the being that we see as the manifestation of Devi Parashakti. And that is where we Hindus, when we cognize the mother nature as being the Parashakti herself, the very way we relate, or the very way we give the respect or reverence to the nature is completely different. When we start relating with the environment, or rather say the nature, Parashakti, as the goddess, mother goddess, or manifestation of the ultimate, the way we respect, okay, we never go on exploiting the nature. When you know that mother nature is your mother, you do not exploit it. Right now, the whole humanity is seeing the environment or the surrounding us as just another medium for their comfort, their luxury. And we just go on exploiting it. We go on misusing it the way we want, the way we just go on manipulating it, destroying it, whatever way we feel. And it's all, I can say, the introduction of the nature that is given to you. In Hinduism, when we Sanatana Hindu Dharma introduces it as the mother nature, the very way we relate is completely different, and the whole thing changes there itself. Understand? That is where we need to understand the importance of Sanatana Hindu Dharma. It's only the Sanatana Hindu Dharma which gives the ultimate position, the ultimate reverence, respect to the environment. And that is why, the Hindu lifestyle is so much centered into blissful coexistence with the environment. A self-sustenance model was created in Hinduism, a model, a green organic lifestyle was created, because we know that Mother Nature is mother and we cannot exploit us. We cannot manipulate us as we want. We cannot destroy as we want, because it's our mother. That is how we treated it.
And if we see today, the way that you relate with your mother, the way that you relate with Mother Nature, people are understanding that so much of completion, so much of necessary a rethought process has to happen in order to be able to cognize all the people in our lives and the world around us. Many in today's world are understanding they are literally being consciously uprooted from the civilization. The food isn't working out. The food is absolutely not nourishing. It is not coming from any system that is going to help you have optimal health for a long life. So this is also one of the factors, especially food, that make people feel absolutely consciously uprooted and make them make many decisions. We are seeing we're seeing there's at least 20% of the world population is literally going back to woods. These are real statistics out there, and 70% is just unsatisfied with the whole system of how the whole system of working, system of getting wealth and then sharing it or not sharing it and hoarding it, and how that the whole thing is not in someone's control. They feel absolutely disenfranchised to be want to engage with the system, and they feel like that. And then as a result, those who have failed strongly this are making a decision to move away from the grid, move into the woods, or move back to cultures that they feel they have more origin from. And we are seeing this going to the back to the roots kind of movement in the world to give this breakthrough. And we're seeing also this going back to the roots comes from the particular diets that people are following, especially the vegetarian diet, and the also diet that is there in as the vegans will follow. And we are also learning from when you become a spiritual seeker, how this spiritual seeking is enhanced when you do the diet of vegetarianism. But there is a higher truth to this that Hinduism has to share. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is reviving this particular truth, that you're understanding that spiritual progress is necessary, self-development is necessary, that enlightenment is something that you need to move towards, strive towards, get yourself there. You need to build a daily habit of doing some technique and working on it. These ideas are also something that Hinduism has a solution for, because you can go on for hundreds of years sitting and doing a meditation class or doing a particular meditation technique, but not progressing or not experiencing the truth. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism really floods the gates of the whole spiritual ecosystem in the whole world today, just by telling by nature we are nonviolent, by nature we are enlightened. And it is just a matter of what we're putting in the way from realizing our true nature. And the non-vegetarian diet and the alcoholism and all of these substance abuse kind of lifestyles are all the things that we are putting ourselves in the way. Even the need for even instant self-gratification and the whole system of working in a lifestyle that moves from one thing to another without having any meaning or depth. That is something that we are seeing people have a distaste for this kind of lifestyle and seeking something. And the solution that the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is bringing out is saying, you're already like that. Just have particular lifestyle changes that will help you experience the enlightenment that is already there inside of you. And as we have also coming up near Yoga Day, a celebration of the whole world celebrating yoga, we wanted to give this opportunity for us to also have a discussion on how the vegetarian diet comes back to helps you in your yoga practice. So again, encouraging everyone who is watching on Facebook, YouTube, and other social media platforms to give a comment, share your information, share how your yoga practice has improved because of your vegetarian diet, or just even your general lifestyle, energy levels, whatever you go through all day? How is it that your lifestyle itself is enhanced by the vegetarian diet? Now, going to the next level, when we have already met Swamiji and had the initiation from him, how has our lifestyle, being a vegetarian, enhanced the Guru's presence in our lives? How has his energy, the energy that we receive from him in the initiations or in the darshans, how has that been able to be sustained and retained, and something that we can really touch back with ease because of the lifestyle choices of vegetarian diet or yoga or cruelty-free lifestyle? How this has helped, how we have become sensitive to the inner guru, the guru that exists inside us, that has been awakened because of the outer guru, because of the supreme pontiff of Hinduism in our lives. So we have seen lifestyle do so much, especially the vegetarian lifestyle do so much. In fact, the supreme pontiff of Hinduism shares with us that he is able to make even 500 kilo person, a person who weighs 500 kilos of weight, that is a lot of weight, and that person will be able to have their kundalini awaken and experience levitation if they follow the vegetarian diet, if they follow, have what he calls the vegetarian brain. But if you have even 5 grams of toxins, whatever that comes from eating non-vegetarian food, or the chemicals that that are used to preserve non-vegetarian food, whatever those toxins will come into your system and settle. If you have even 5 grams of that, it is very difficult. Those will be the dead weight. Even a 500 kg person can experience Kundalini awakening and levitate and have the experience of absolute light, feeling light, and literally lift off the ground as a reality. But when it comes to having even 5 grams of these kind of toxins, neurotoxins, or that are there that come through the food, especially the habit of fluoride in every kind of drinking that water that we have, it affects the way that we experience these extraordinary powers in our life, which we know as a part of reviving Hinduism, it is a big part of the lifestyle. We have to understand manifesting powers and living the lifestyle of a third eye awakened person is a reality for every Hindu up till 200, 300 years ago alone. It is only after that that we've been able to have exposure to so much of this non-vegetarian kind of diet and food that has put us into a situation that makes us forget that we have these powers within us. It is just a matter of time, again, as we seeing the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism bring this whole conversation about yoga and conversation about vegetarian diet to the world, and saying by nature you are enlightened, by nature you're extraordinary. You can radiate and manifest any power you want, anything you want. You think that you see in the films that show powers that are being demonstrated by various superheroes or superwomen, but you can also see that that is a reality for the civilization that Hinduism had. All of it comes really down also to the very choice of what you put in your mouth, what is in your plate before you eat when you eat the food.
Yes. So here we need to understand, when we say what you eat, Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism also say that the violence-based food, basically the non-vegetarian food, when we consume all those food, it becomes part of our very bio memory, muscle memory, and that is how we start behaving like that. So when the animal goes through the intense cruelty, when it goes through so much of suffering before they are being killed, and those pain and suffering, when it goes through, it becomes part of its very muscle memory. It gets stored in its DNA. So Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism say that all these animals have the capability, they have developed the DNA where they can store the pain memory, and at the same time they can replicate those pain memory in the person who consumes it. So when we consume the non-veg, obviously whenever the animals are being cut, they are going to go through the intense torture and suffering. They are not going to be going through the bliss and pain and saying that, okay, the person who is going to be eating me, let him be very happy, let the whole world be happy by eating my meat. That's not going to be there. It's always going to be intense suffering and pain and hatred towards the life. And that is what it gets engraved in their muscle memory and ultimately in their DNA. And when we consume that, it becomes part of us. What we eat, we become that. So here we are eating not just the meat that you are seeing, the flesh. One side, we see just as the flesh, which is having protein and the various other ingredients. You see that, okay, I'm eating this. But it's not just the flesh that we eat, but also the muscles have the ability to store memory into it. The muscles have the ability to experience the emotions into it, and at the same time, it has the ability to replicate it. And that is where non-veg, when we consume the non-veg, it all those things become part of us, and we also start becoming like that. What you eat, you become. This is the what the truth he is sharing, that when you are eating a tamasic food, in Hinduism, all the food that is available, including you may consider as a non-veg and alcohol or any kind of food that you can think of, every food is classified based on its nature into three different parts, sattvic, tamasic, and rajasic food. Tamasic food, when we eat, the nature, that tamas nature becomes part of us, When we eat sattvic food, the sattva nature that it carries becomes part of us. So that is what it means, what you eat. So all the nature of the food that it carries, that nature becomes part of you. When you eat sattvic, you manifest sattva in you. When you eat rajasic food, you experience and manifest rajas guna, that property into you. And same way when you eat the tamasic food, that is the quality you start manifesting in your life. So understand what you want to manifest in your life. I'm sure when we get introduced, to the different nature of the food and its impact in our life, we will not choose to eat something which is not right. We'll start taking more intelligent decisions on what we should be eating. The more and more understanding we build about the food that we eat, the right understanding, rather than just looking it as some flesh, if we start going into more deeper truths, the science of those meat that we are eating, the flesh that we are eating, basically understanding the nature of that food and how it impacts and its impact on our body, we will start making more intelligent decision, intelligent choices about the food practices that we have. Understand? The more intelligent decision that you are making, the more better decisions you are making about the food choices, the more better your life is going to be, more better you are going to be. And same way, the more better, it will have a direct impact on the environment. Understand? So when we are, the kind of food that we are consuming, it has a direct connection with the nature that we are living. Understand? One concept that we shared, the powerful cognition and truth that we shared is nature. The environment is not some biodiversity or, as we understand, a plant which grows or the animal beings which has certain functionality and it's living. But more than that, looking that as or cognizing that as the mother nature. Second, experiencing oneness with the nature. The whole organism is one. So rather than seeing, Hinduism does not see a human being as one organism and something else as another organism, but whole organism is living in the oneness. So what happens inside happens outside also. So when there is some distortion inside, when there is abuse inside, that gets reflected into the nature also. It will get reflected in the form of maybe the drought that we see, in the form of rise in temperature that we are seeing, or in the form of lack of rain that is happening. In Hinduism, it's very well documented where the rishis, the gurus have given the personal solutions to the community, to the people, and through those personalized solutions, they have healed the nature itself. And we ourselves have seen during the various power manifestation initiations that we have gone through, Supreme Point of Hinduism has given us initiations where we could manifest oneness with the nature, and the moment change happened within us, the nature showers. The nature showers itself, means celebrates itself. So when the celebration, the joy is manifested within the human being, within the self, the nature also celebrates. So nature, the celebration is manifested in the nature also. So what quality of life you are manifesting within, that quality is manifested outside also. And that's it's very important that to manifest the right quality, the right kind of life within you, you need to have the right kind of food. And that's how you will see there is a direct impact of the kind of food you eat and the kind of environment, the kind of nature you are manifesting around you. So if you are manifesting a nature, which is causing so much of damage to you, or where you are seeing polluted airs, or the polluted water, or polluted environment, or there is a imbalance into the biodiversity, it's all the source cause is within us. When we correct ourselves, we correct everything else also.
Yes, thank you. Just a few tips even right now on some of the things that yesterday we had a caller come online and he had discussed information, actually just the information out there, and he expressed that he was not able to even know what kind of a food that he can buy in his local grocery store so that he can start making these lifestyle changes. Of course, the absolute stopping of the meat consumption is one part of it, but other particular things to help detox these effects, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is reviving based off sciences of the Siddha medicine that is very holistic in nature, and also the sciences of Ayurveda, how Ayurveda talks about a few things. Just to give a few things for those who are new and are watching and want to know how to immediately implement into your lifestyle. One thing that in every type of Hindu dish will have turmeric. Turmeric will be such an important antioxidant, antiseptic, and it has such qualities of rejuvenation. It can be applied on the skin, and internally also when consumed, it does so much. And that is also something that is used. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism even recommends applying turmeric on your forehead before you sleep every night, so that you can awaken the pineal gland, which has been calcified by the content of fluoride in all of the waters that many of the advanced cities in the world are giving into their water. Just so the water is, they have a understanding that water by still sitting in one place will contaminate itself. Hence, they flood it with so much of water. But they don't know the science of how it has been done naturally in Hinduism. The Ganga water as itself such self-rejuvenating water, and there's so much evidence about water and how much that water should be clean. And some of the waters that you see in the world, most of it is fluoride containing, and that does so much of calcification of the pineal gland. That is a critical intra-organ. It's an organ that allows us to experience the third eye awakening, and that has to be cleansed, and that is the Supreme Pontiff giving a message, a solution for that, to detoxify. That every night apply turmeric on your head and rest, so that the calcification of fluoride will immediately be cracked and removed from the system itself. Applying turmeric on your skin once in a week, once in a few days, every time you take a good shower. Applying turmeric, letting it soak into the skin enhances the skin's ability to heal itself, glow, and you'll be able to heal from so many skin diseases and perspiration problems, whatever it is that you may be facing. The turmeric is one of the solutions. Another solution that comes directly from Ayurveda, going on with the talking about how Hinduism worships mother. When it comes to Ayurveda, Ayurveda says that the haritaki powder is particularly something that you should respect more than mother, more than your mother. Haritaki is important to you, and that is the way Ayurveda tells us. This Hinduism tells us that we have to detox yourselves. Just having little 1 or 2 spoons of haritaki every night before you sleep gives us some tremendous cleanse of the whole digestion, and literally So in the scientific studies, we have seen that the amount of oxygen intake that you have is literally increased by 300%. This is not just oxygen for you to be able to breathe and have endurance for sports. This is just even the oxygen that you're required to breathe and do the have relationships and do the work around you. Actually, when we say prana that is there in air, it has to be transferred into you much more efficiently. And there are things that are inside of us that prevent us from taking that prana. And that level of detoxification also is done by the haritaki powder, literally rejuvenating you to be able to be so sensitive to the air around you that your skin will be able to breathe. Your eyes will be able to breathe, and your ear and your face will be able to breathe. These are all the subtle signs. These are all the subtle sciences inside Hinduism. And Haritaki really, as a flood, just literally cleanses all your vitals, and the vitals of not just breathing oxygen, but the vitals of prana, apana, vyana, udana, samana. These yogic understandings are all something that the Supreme Pontiff has spent many hours on YouTube itself, talking about how you can experience a samana balancing in your life, how you can invoke dhyana and udana in your life, how can you experience proper excretion and proper removing of the wastage and toxins from your body through the apana, and how these are all supposed to be beautifully working inside you. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has given so much of yoga's revelations, Paramashiva's revelations through yoga about these things. And then, of course, the final two more things that you can say are ingredients that you can immediately implement in your life are tamarind and ginger. These are a big part of the Hindu diet, and they do so much of retaining heat. If you have respiratory problems, if you have problems that are breathing problems, or not able to have, you frequently get colds, or you have which is always ready, which is mother, always ready to support us. We just don't need to exploit it. We just need to we just need to respect it and engage with it, put our hands in the dirt, get our hands in the dirt and do the work of the agriculture in our lives, and we'll be able to see the sensitivity to the life around us will increase. These habits are something that many people are adapting and also seeing as a life preference in the world, and the way they can go about it is the most authentic way, the most eco-friendly way, the Hindu way. That's the way that the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is reviving for all of us. And now we have a short break for you. You can see some of the information about the upcoming Paramashivoham program, what it is, how you can enroll, and what you need to do right now to be able to engage yourself in this new lifestyle, that is Hindu lifestyle, and be absolutely environmentally friendly, eco-friendly, and zero carbon output, and all the things that many people in the world are looking forward to. Thank you.
The various steps are used in yoga ultimately to awaken your Kundalini Shakti. Kundalini is the inner potential energy. Once it is awakened, you will experience extraordinary health, physically, mentally, and extraordinary powers, abilities. Starting, if you have started, even in a polluted, crude, raw, diluted form, it's okay. You are welcome. Nothing wrong. But now it is time you look into authentic scriptures. Please understand, not for any arrogance or pride, I have distilled the essence, the best of the best of the 1 million yogic scriptures and compiled it and offered it to all of you in the form of Nithyananda Yoga. I have integrated Hatha Yoga asanas, pranayama, kriya, mudra, bandha, visualization, verbalization, shravana, dharana, dhyana, samadhi, aushadha, mani, everything. Paramashiva revealed, and the Paramashiva's incarnations revealed in Vedic and Agamic scriptures. Understand? Yen Fitness is a complete compilation. Nithyananda Yoga is a complete compilation for fitness to manifest the state, space, powers and being of Paramashiva. Now I am going to enter into the exact dimensions, that 11 dimensions. All logic which moves systematically comes under length dimension. Length dimension is a power by itself. If you master the length dimension, anything which works as per the logic will be under your control. You are master of it. Almost 99.99% of the known Vyakta is logic, length dimension. Your idea of currency, your idea of ownership, your ideas about mathematics, almost much of your science other than the quantum physics and parallel universe. I want you to know these dimensions, only then I can take you to the next level of experience. With understanding about these dimensions, you yourself will know how the powers are manifesting and you will start playing with them. You getting comfortable with your consciousness and manifesting powers will start happening once you understand these 11 dimensions.
Some of the scientists and researchers who are studying the reflection have found the reference. What is out there is not just 4 dimensions, at least 11 dimensions. The methodology they used, algebraic topology, and the informations they have, they even tried to map it down on the brain of the rat and confirming many of the informations they have makes sense. Understand, microcosms, telescope and microscope is algebraic topology. Macrocosms, telescope and microscope together is third eye penetrated by oneness. The moment it is initiated, if the third eye is penetrated by the oneness, it acts as telescope and microscope together for cosmos, Brahmanda, what is out there. So if you want to understand and manifest the powers, want to experience Kailasa, hold my hand and come along with me. It means sit with integrity and listen and come along with me. I'll take you to Kailash now.
So many times you may have some desire, some guilt, some pain for which you are not able to find solution. And now the best chance or the best way to get the solution is from Master. Master is here. Don't miss the chance. We are going to work on each major layers. We are going to work on desire, guilt, depression, fear, and every major things, not only practically, esoterically. It is not even actually technique, because they are so esoteric, so deep. The whole course is designed just for the total transformation. The various steps are used in yoga ultimately to awaken your Kundalini Shakti. Kundalini is the inner potential energy. Once it is awakened, you will experience extraordinary health, physically, mentally, and extraordinary powers, abilities. Starting, if you have started, even in a polluted, crude, raw, diluted form, it's okay. You are welcome. Nothing wrong. But now it is time you look into authentic scriptures. Please understand, not for any arrogance or pride, I have distilled the essence, the best of the 1 million yogic scriptures and compiled it and offered it to all of you in the form of Nithyananda Yoga. I have integrated Hatha Yoga asanas, pranayama, kriya, mudra, bandha, visualization, verbalization, shravana, dharana, dhyana, samadhi, aushadha, mani, everything. Paramashiva revealed, and the Paramashiva's incarnations revealed in Vedic and Agamic scriptures. Understand? Yen Fitness is a complete compilation. Nithyananda Yoga is a complete compilation for fitness to manifest the state, space, powers and being of Paramashivam. Now I'm going to enter. I bless you all. Let you all open all your 3 eyes and manifest the powers of Mahasada Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda.
Nithyananda, everyone. So we welcome you back to our session. And we in this session, we are focusing more on Hindu ways of lifestyle, where we can live in the blissful coexistence with the nature and the various environmental issues or the challenges or problem that we are facing, how Hinduism gives a solution to it. So Hinduism, very practical, just by making some of the lifestyle changes can solve most of the problem that we are facing today with regard to environmental challenges. So when we talk about various environmental problems, there may be various other problems we can look into, but all those problems can be sorted out just by making some of the lifestyle changes that we bring into us. One of the focus that we have been, from yesterday to today, one of the main focus that we put, or the emphasis that we put, was going to the vegetarian lifestyle. And just by going to the vegetarian lifestyle can actually sort out major environmental issues that we are facing. And Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has talked elaborately on this with the various statistics and the data, which actually supports the various truths that he reveals. And which is, when we start cognizing that, then we understand its importance. We can also look into, the what outer world has reached to a certain conclusion, the reason behind the environmental issues that we are facing, and what Sanatana Hindu Dharma has been talking for the ages are in tune, the solutions that is being given by Sanatana Hindu Dharma had the power to tackle all those problems, and not just that, but to heal the environmental issues that we are facing. And we have talked about the various things. Yesterday, we also talked about how the very simple lifestyle practices that we have shows us the kind of nature that we are living in. Like we discussed about, going organic. So Hinduism, Hinduism promotes the organic lifestyle. Organic lifestyle, which is becoming nowadays becoming common into the modern world, into the advanced country, where they are moving and they call themselves being organic or vegetarian or vegan lifestyle, that they are adopting to this, and they consider that as a very advanced form of lifestyle. But Sanatana Hindu Dharma, for Hindus, this is not something a new lifestyle, but this is the kind of lifestyle that we always lived. What we are living now is a diversion from what Hinduism says. But when we align ourselves to the Hindu scriptures, what rishis, munis, what our masters has been continuously guiding us, and what Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has been guiding us, when we start living according to that, our life will be organic lifestyle. So organic lifestyle is the very, what do you call, our own lifestyle that has been there, that is part of our culture, that's part of our tradition. And the world is coming to this understanding that when we are going for organic lifestyle, we are causing least damages to the environment. Whether today, our food, especially one of the biggest consumptions that we have as a human being, is consumption of food, consumption of water, or the consumptions of the various goods, and especially even the cosmetics that we have, cosmetics, the dresses, and such related fields where we have lots and lots of products that we use, has directly negative impacts on the environment. So not just the food, but the various other practices. And in every aspect, Hinduism talks about how you can have an organic lifestyle. And the moment we turn towards the organic lifestyle, all those problems become irrelevant. The very cause of the problem disappears. And that's how the problem itself becomes redundant, irrelevant, that those problems do not exist. And that is why it's very, very, these are the few solutions, that we are talking about. There are enormous solutions that is given from Sanatana Hindu Dharma on how to live a lifestyle, how to relate with the nature, how to cognize and hold the nature, so that we never come to this problem itself, making the very problem itself irrelevant. Not like, you create a problem and then I'm giving you a solution. Now you implement the solution and get out the problem. Rather than that, Paramashiva, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, has been giving us a lifestyle which removes the possibility of the very problem itself. The environmental challenges and the problem that we are facing, the very cause of that itself will disappear when we start embodying the lifestyle given by Sanatana Hindu Dharma, the lifestyle which is being revived by Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. So all the lifestyles were there as part of Sanatana Hindu Dharma, is there in our Hindu scriptures. But in modern time, it is Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism who is decoding and making that as the lifestyle practices for us. And that is what, I encourage many of the viewers who are watching, just go to our official YouTube channel, Kailasa's SPS Nithyananda, and search for vegetarian lifestyle, search for Nirahara, search for health, search for, the Jagat. You will get so much of the content from the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, and so much of understanding you can build. And specifically, if you are a decision maker, where your decisions impact a larger group of people, when it impacts the society and the country at a large, I strongly recommend and request you to watch some of the videos from the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, When as simple as you just search for the environment word, the nature word, or the biodiversity, living in coexistence, organic lifestyle, non-violent lifestyle, you will get enormous amount of content from the supreme point of Hinduism, and I strongly recommend and request you to watch those things, understand your decisions, or I can say that your understanding about the nature, about the lifestyle practices that we have, is going to have a complete shift in it. And when that shifts, the decisions that you are going to be making is going to be more pro-life, not just for the human being, but for every single existence on this planet. Whether it is the rivers, ocean, tree, plants, or any other form of biodiversity that you see, any other form of life you see, your very approach towards them is going to change. And that change is what is needed now, to tackle all the or address all the environmental issues that we are facing. Nowadays, we are seeing so many global events, discussions happening. Whether we see the COP26, COP27 happening, where so much of discussions goes on addressing the various environmental challenges that is coming in front of us. Billions of dollars are being invested into that, but still, how much of change we have achieved? How much of transformation, how much of change we have achieved? And that's very, very, very less. The amount of money, the amount of the meetings that is happening, the time that we are spending, because we do not have the right understanding about the nature. We do not have the right technologies to tackle those problems, to address those problems. And that is why we request all of you to look towards Hinduism, look towards the teaching of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. And I'm sure all of you will find the problems. All of you find the solutions to the problem that you have been looking for. Okay. And you don't have to do so much of effort. You just come to our official YouTube channel. You come to the various programs that is being conducted by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. Specifically, Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is conducting a 21-day Paramashivoham program. You come to that program, and that is the program where you're going to get a right introduction about you. The very program starts with the introduction about you. It starts with introduction about you. It goes to introduction about the Jagat, the whole world around you, whether it's a people or whether it is animate or any other inanimate being around you. It will give you the right understanding, not just the understanding, but a personal experience of it. When we say that nature, it's a mother nature. A concept, a philosophical concept, a logical concept which has a good utility value. Not just that, but rather experience it as a truth. The Satya, the principle that is being free. And you can become part of this program. You can scan the QR code that is being presented here, or you can just log in to paramashivoham.org, or you can call on the WhatsApp number, or just drop a message on the WhatsApp number that you want to join the program, and one of our team members will reach you and guide you to ensure that you are comfortable and you comfortably attend and have the experience which is Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism want to give to you through this 21-day transformational program. Understand? Through this program, you are going to becoming a enlightened Hindu leader, not just a normal human being, but complete transformation from a normal human being to an enlightened Hindu leader. That's what the program is meant for. And it's completely free. It's completely free for everyone.
Yes. And we have a few comments here that people are sharing, and they're actually good to see that people are wanting to be involved more and have do the efforts for environmental work that Kailasa is doing around the world. Yes, we have so many projects that you can do online itself. We have a comment just asking, I live a few hours away from our Toronto temple. How do I do the projects online? There are numerous projects that you can connect with us online. Maybe you can just search a YouTube video and find out how to add a WhatsApp number to your phone, and then be able to connect with us. The number again is being projected at the bottom of the screen. Just type it as it is and try to message us and find out how you can be a part of the online activities as far as being able to bring Hinduism back to the world, and how we're all doing this and be a part of Kailasa's digital nation that does more a lot of the awareness about Hinduism around the world, and have more discussions and really do a lot to really rebuild our history and get to know about how Hinduism is literally the mother of all of the religions and really the source of all kinds of environmental protection knowledge around in the world. And yes, so now we wanted to thank you all for joining us. And just a few things before we conclude today. Excitedly, we have a few more videos that we are going to be sharing with all of you in our YouTube channel that will be available to you. Of course, a powerful event had just happened, the Nithyananda Purnima, and the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism in front of the global convention of many Hindus coming together in the Paramashivoham program has addressed them with a powerful message on that very evening. The final day of the Paramashivoham program that just finished. What a powerful message he gave. He gave the success for his life. He gave exactly what he did, how he related with his gurus that made him successful. He gave such confidence to his gurus. That was the first thing he did. And he gives this in a beautiful concept in Hinduism called Karna Dhana Nyaya. What is Karna Dhana Nyaya? How the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism embodied that, lived that, and still is doing the same thing, he says. And we are seeing that as a result in when we see the whole works of Kailasa happening. And we just wanted to invite everyone that these videos are going to be something that we're going to post soon, and you will watch out for them and let to know and catch up to the Supreme Pontiffs of Hinduism's recent message to the Paramashivoham audience about this, and to have more of access to these exclusive sessions where the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is taking the whole world to the next level with Hinduism. Let us join the Paramashivoham live free sessions that will be coming. Program dates are coming up, and sign up for Paramashivoham. Just scan the QR code and get to know how you can have access to these exclusive sessions that are going to be happening every day soon. So yes, thank you all for joining us and coming to the discussion that we had today for environmental protection. And now we will lead to a beautiful segment where the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism will be watching a video together and seeing his satsang about Annadanam, about healthy, environmental friendly habits. Thank you. We'll now get ready for the session. Yes. So let us get ready to receive the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. Please be seated with your head, neck, and spine in a straight line. Inhale and exhale as deeply as possible, as slowly as possible. Visualize in your third eye Paramashiva, whose magnificent form is having 25 heads, 75 eyes, and 50 arms. Visualize oneness with him, that you are Paramashiva. Together, let us chant the Mahavakya, Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham, and connect with Paramashiva. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Nithyanandeshwara Sadashiva Samaramba Nithyanandeshwari Adi Shakti Madhyama Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam. I welcome you all with my love and respects. I welcome everyone sitting with us all over the world through Nithyananda TV and Sarvanyapita Yajamans, Nitya Satsangis, Shri Mahans, Mahans, Kotaris, Tanidas, everyone sitting with us all over the world through Facebook Live, YouTube Live, Nithyananda TV, two-way video conferencing. I welcome all of you with my love and respects. Yes. With Mahadeva's grace, let's enter into the today's satsang. I'll answer some of your questions regarding Aushadha. Let's start.
The first question is, what kind of food will we be having during Aushadha?
Understand the principle of Aushadha. Let me explain. Your food creates certain thought currents in your system. Your food does big job on your mind. You can see. That is why before cup of coffee, how you feel, after cup of coffee, how you feel. See. A caffeine, cup of coffee changes the very quality of your awareness. And what do you want to do after a few minutes? Same way, when the hormones go up, how they show everything bright. When they go down, chemicals. When they go up and down, how they change the very thought current you are entertaining. It's almost like too many people are living inside your body. Listen. Food, whatever you take in, creates certain thought currents. So we can specifically plan the food and send all the best things and thought currents into your system. Understand? The thought currents which is very helpful, supportive for you to manifest your Mahasadashivatva is infused into you through certain food. That is what is actually Aushadha. You may think, oh, I am applying Aushadha only on the body. Don't think something applied on the body goes waste. No. Sometimes things applied on the body are more powerfully working on your system than what is taken orally. Because your skin absorbs, takes it to the core of your being. Your stomach can just push it out without taking it to the core of your being, some things. But your skin, anything it takes to the core of your being. Our ancient masters, Siddhas, they know the signs when they wanted to insert certain thought currents in you, which supports your Mahasadashivatva manifestation. They use specific herbs processed with the specific thought current, an enlightenment energy, and either through applying on the skin, various parts of body, or taking in, the whole transformation process, the spiritual alchemy is done. So understand, this time the whole Mahasadashivoham is about Aushadha, and the first level of the Amritattva Aushadha is ready. You are going to have it. First level is ready. You are going to have it. This whole Mahasadashivoham, the unique component is Aushadha. Understand? Every meal, snack, coffee, tea you are going to have in this Mahasadashivoham is going to be with Aushadha. Whole thing is going to be with Aushadha. Understand? I am taking the support from Ayurvedic doctors. Listen carefully. I am also taking the support and help of Ayurvedic physicians, field, the masters in the field. Of course, I am adding the spiritual component, spiritual energy, but I am taking the support to collect the herbs and organize the whole thing. We are on the spree of collecting the right herbs, medicines, siddha, plants, leaves, everything is completely vegetarian and herbal, natural, organically grown. We are on the spree of collecting everything and organizing. The work is going on in full speed. I'll give you the introduction of this whole glimpse of Amritattva Aushadha on December 3rd with a special one-day program. It's free for all. There is going to be a day program December 3rd, which is going to be Introduction to Amritattva Aushadha. I am also getting some of the top Ayurvedic physicians of India to come and explain to you all how the Ayurvedic diet we are going to use in this Paramashivoham is going to be helping you to restore the health at all levels. Then I will explain the Aushadha component of this whole Paramashivoham. Almost 40 different Aushadhas are going to be used during the process, and around 60 different Aushadhas are going to be used in your food. Totally, roughly, you may have 108 Aushadhas. 108 Aushadhas, and because I am opening up this whole science, whole ashram I am going to develop Aushadha garden. See, for example, the rice grown only in the Kaveri's sedimental plains has certain quality. Same way the wheat grown in Ganga's sedimental, where the sediments, the sand which she brings from Himalayas comes and settles, in that plains the wheat grows as a unique quality. When you make Aushadha, those specific herbs, grains, materials needed to be brought. So I am making garden with those specific sand itself. So the very quality will be maintained, and it can hold the energy and get programmed properly and transmit that enlightenment experience to you and make you manifest Mahasadashivatva. Micromanagement, attention to the details is Nithyananda brand. Whether it is ritual or spiritual. I do not know how many of you observed or understood. So as long as you are functioning in this relative existence, you have to live as per Agama. Whatever the procedure he created, Meticulously it should be followed. Integrity to the procedure, to the details. God is in detail. This is the guarantee I am giving you. We will neither perish nor compromise. We will live and we will revive. There are some people who compromise for living. There are some people who neither live nor revive. We will neither compromise nor die. We will live and revive the Vedic tradition. The meticulous details. Hey, Mahadeva is not a fool to utter extra words. If he has used words to give a detailed instruction, he means it. You are nobody to compromise. You are nobody to take the essence of it. No. No Sara, but Uttama. I ban these words Vedanta and Agamanta in our Sangha everywhere. You can't use these words anywhere. You can use only the words like Veda Uttama, Agama Uttama. We don't believe in Sara, Anta, Sara, no. Don't even talk Vedanta Sara, Agamanta Sara, Veda Sara, Agama Sara, no. Vedottama, Agamottama. It's the best of the best of the best for which we are giving our life. Anything else is not worth of giving our life. Anything else is not worthy of giving our life. It's not Vedanta. It is Vedottama. We are the Sangha dedicated to Veda Uttama, Agama Uttama. Not Vedanta Sara or Agamanta Sara. The idea of essence and anta itself is a mind which is tired and bored. It says, hey, too many things you are telling, it's okay, leave it. Just tell me the essence. No. The very idea, Vedanta Sara, Agamanta Sara, essence of Veda, essence of Agama, is from tired mind, frustrated mind, bored mind. No. We are fresh, young, eternally young. As Krishna declares, my devotees don't perish. Name bhakta pranashyati. He declares, I declare, my devotees don't get old. My devotees don't get aged. So, Vedottama, Agamottama Sampradaya. I am Vedottama, Agamottama Sampradaya. So understand, Every meal you are going to have, every snack you are going to have, every cup of coffee you are going to have is with properly prepared, processed Aushadha, energy, alchemy process, meditative, herbal medicines. Just for the food, this time you can attend Paramashivoham. Nothing else. Just eat and sleep in the hall. I'll make you manifest powers. You come, eat, and have the snack, all the meal properly. Sit in the hall and even use your Facebook. I don't have a problem. I'll make you manifest powers. Earlier I used to tell you don't have to meditate, but sit in the mandala. Now I don't even ask you that you need to be sitting in the mandala. You just lie down and be with your Facebook. That's okay. I'll make you manifest powers. Because this time I brought everything into the Aushadha and your food itself. It is just the processed spiritually. Because it is processed spiritually properly, it becomes alchemy product. Listen carefully. Almost, I can say, roughly 108 Aushadhas you are going to be using. 40 in the processes, another 60 in the food. There are few Aushadha you will neither be eating, orally taking in, nor be applying on the skin. You will be made to inhale, means in the, like a campfire, it will be added. So just by inhaling that smell, you will experience. So this December 3rd program will introduce you to Amritatva Aushadha. Fundamentally, the preliminary level Aushadha is all about anti-aging, becoming young again. I know it is very difficult for you to... Anyhow, whatever I speak is always too good to be true, and then after I establish only it is... After I establish only, you will even be able to grasp it. I am telling you. With this Amritatva Aushadha, your system, whole internal organs and intra-organs will be ready to receive any initiation. You will manifest it in one initiation. That preparation is what is going to happen with this Amritatva Aushadha, because all the impact of the time on your internal organ and intra-organ is going to be cleared. See, patterns, root pattern, incompletion, all nothing but impact of the time passed on your internal organ and intra-organ. Internal organ carries the impact from the birth. Intra-organ carries from the imprints of from the life. Listen. Your intestine, kidney, heart, liver, all these carries the incompletions, patterns you went through from the birth of your body, from the happening of your body. From the time your body has happened, whatever it went through, it is carrying your intra-organs. Vak, Anahata, Anandagandha, Mooladhara, or third eye, Anya, Sahasrara. Intra-organs carry the impressions, samskaras, patterns, completion, incompletion, powers, powerlessness, everything. From the time life has happened. Understand? From the time you happened, the intra-organs are carrying. From the time your body happened, internal organs are carrying. Clearing the impact of the time on your intra-organ and internal organ is the work of the Amritattva Aushadha. That is why I am saying I am the guru of the elite. Even this introduction, only an elite person can understand. The so-called common man. He is busy with Bollywood, what can I do? But Bollywood is busy with me, what can I do? With whoever you are busy with, O common men, with whoever you are busy with, they are all busy with me. You don't know. That is the worst thing done to you. All those fellows who distract you from me, they are busy with me. They keep you away from me so that they can have time with me. Whether media house owners or celebrities, fundamentally media abuses me. Fundamentally, the impact of the past on your internal organs and intra-organs will be cleared through this Aushadha. Name bhaktanam jara bhavati. My devotees don't age. I'll establish this more with the science, medical trials and everything. Then you will understand. Then you will understand. Why should the program happen in Bengaluru? Adinam, understand. Too much of Aushadha preparation and management, organizing is going on. Everything we can do only in our campus where things can be grown, processed, managed, whole infrastructure is available. That is why Bengaluru Adinam. We already received the Rajita Murti, which is going to be filled with energy, Aushadha. Actually, I am making this Murti in such a way, any new initiations I am going to be giving after the Paramashivoham 2018, you will be receiving it just through this deity. It's like how through TV, television you see me, like this through this deity, live initiation transmitter. This deity will act as a live initiation transmitter. I think what I am saying has become already too good to be true, so you cannot grasp. You just have to digest. It's overwhelming. It's overwhelming. So you can neither deny me as lie and nor completely understand. It's all true. It's like you have taken too much bite and trying to chew. almost like next 2000 years humanity is going to be only chewing about me. It will take at least 2000 years for the humanity to completely chew and digest me. You will see what I brought to the world, what I am sharing with you all. At least next 2000 years, there will be no need for a next incarnation to happen. I brought and shared so much stuff with you all from the Kailasa. You may not need next incarnation for at least 2000 more years. I brought enough stuff. You just need to chew, understand, internalize. Too many things are getting ready, getting prepared. So let's enter into today's initiation. By the time the Murtis, the Murti which is going to be Rajita Murti, which is going to be given to you, which is going to be the live initiation transmitter. Will be here. Then I'll show them to you. Let's start the initiation. Sit straight. Close your eyes. Om Nithyananda Maha Sadashivoham. Om Nithyananda Maha Sadashivoham. Kundalini, wake up in everyone and express the power of reading the mind, your own and others' minds, and the power of length, breadth, depth, and Anandagandha healing and ability to scan the body all at once intensely. Shiva. Om Nithyananda Maha Sadashivoham. Om Nithyananda Maha Sadashivoham. Chant intensely. Sadashivoham. Om Nithyananda Maha Sadashivoham. 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 Nithyananda Maha Sadashivoham.
ஜெகநாதம் பார்வதியுடனே சேர்ந்ததோ சோமஸ்கந்தம் வேத வழிபடும்
சதாசிவோஹம்
தம் 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 ஆத்மபோதம் ஹரிகர வடிவாய் நின்றதோ மேகவாதம் தம் 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 துவரஹரே சமோயசூரணம் வைத்தியநாதம் யம் 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 நம சிவாய நடுவினி அமயம்
நித்யானந்த மகாசதாசிவோஹம் நித்யானந்த மகாசதாசிவோஹம் நித்யானந்த மகாசதாசிவோஹம் நித்யானந்த மகாசதாசிவோஹம் நித்யானந்த மகாசதாசிவோஹம்
ஞானலாபம் பரமனை உலகாய் கண்டதோ விக்னராஜம்
நித்யானந்த
பரணி தீபம்
மகாசதாசிவோஹம்
பம் 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 கங்கை நீரும் பாதளம் ஊறி தீர்த்ததோ
நித்யானந்த
பம் 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 வேதிகை நாசம் வீரபத்ரம் மம் 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 அஜயானம் காளிகையோடு
மகாசதாசிவோஹம் நித்யானந்த மகாசதாசிவோஹம் நித்யானந்த மகாசதாசிவோஹம் நித்யானந்த மகாசதாசிவோஹம்
பம் பம் பாதிகம் லம் 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 ஏகசூரம் பரிலோகம் மாய்த்ததே
மகாசதாசிவோஹம் நித்யானந்த மகாசதாசிவோஹம் நித்யானந்த மகாசதாசிவோஹம் நித்யானந்த மகாசதாசிவோஹம்
ஷம் 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 இல்லமெங்கும் திருவனயோகம் தருவதோ
நித்யானந்த மகாசதாசிவோஹம்
சரவரூபம் ஷம் ஷம் ஷம்
நித்யானந்த மகாசதாசிவோஹம்
கொண்டவன் கோபம் தீர்த்ததோ கூர்மநாசம் ஓரம் பன்றி பொங்கு
மகாசதாசிவோஹம் நித்யானந்த மகாசதாசிவோஹம் நித்யானந்த மகாசதாசிவோஹம் நித்யானந்த மகாசதாசிவோஹம் நித்யானந்த மகாசதாசிவோஹம் மகாசதாசிவோஹம்
வண்ணம் தெரிந்ததோ சக்தி வேதம் ஸ்ரீம் 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 நீர்வாதம் நெற்றியில் கமழும் மூர்த்தி கங்காத ரூபம் ஸ்ரீம் 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 நாத பிரம்ம பலவித வடிவாய் வந்ததோ
நித்யானந்த
கேட்டவர் வாழ
மகாசதாசிவோஹம் நித்யானந்த மகாசதாசிவோஹம் Paramashivoham.
Kam 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 agila ulagam agila aram kullalo
Nithyananda
Mahasadaशिवं वैरवं क्षेत्रवादं गं 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 कालिदेवं मयमयुरयमाण्डलोमानुभागं
Mahasadaशिवं
வடியம் துணையாய் பின்வரும் வடுகமூர்த்தம் யம் யம் நித்யானந்த
Mahasadaशिवोहम. Nithyananda Mahasadaशिवोहम. Nithyananda Mahasadaशिवोहम. Nithyananda Mahasadaशिवोहम. Nithyananda Mahasadaशिवोहम.
cham 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 தத்துநாதம் நாரணன் விழையே
Nithyananda Mahasadaशिवोहam.
கண்டதோ காத வேடம் cham 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 காமபீஜம் காய்ந்திட விடியாத காவாரி
Mahasadaशिवोहam.
சூலது ஏந்தி கொன்றதோ அசுரதே
Nithyananda
பாடிய ராமன்
Mahasadaशिवोहam. Nithyananda Mahasadaशिवोहam. Nithyananda Mahasadaशिवोहam. Nithyananda Mahasadaशिवोहam.
தம் 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 சுவாமிநாதம் பார்வதி அணி சேர்ந்ததோ சோமஸ்கந்தம் வேதம் வழிபடு
Mahasadaशिवोहam.
வடிவம் தட்சிணாமூர்த்தி பாதம்
Nithyananda
நின்றதோ
Mahasadaशिवोहam.
வரஹரேசம் நோயது தீர்க்கும் சூரணம் வைத்தியநாதம்
Nithyananda
சிவாயம்
Mahasadaशिवोहam. Nithyananda Mahasadaशिवोहam. Nithyananda Mahasadaशिवोहam. Nithyananda Mahasadaशिवोहam. Nithyananda Mahasadaशिवोहam. Nithyananda Mahasadaशिवोहam.
மாரிகையனான புத்ததோ அருணது
Nithyananda Mahasadaशिवोham.
பரமன் கோபம் வேதிகை நாசம் கண்டதோ வீரபத்ரம்
Nithyananda Mahasadaशिवोham. Nithyananda Mahasadaशिवोham. Nithyananda Mahasadaशिवोham. Nithyananda Mahasadaशिवोham. மகாசதாசிவோகம்
போல வடிவம் தந்தையுமாகி காத்ததோ சண்டிகேசம்
நித்யானந்த
சிஷ்யபாவம்
மகாசதாசிவோகம்
பம் 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 போரபாவம் அடியோடு அடியே காப்பதும்
நித்யானந்த
யம் 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 சிவலிங்கம்
மகாசதாசிவோகம் ஓம் நித்யானந்த மகாசதாசிவோகம் நித்யானந்த மகாசதாசிவோகம் ஓம் நித்யானந்த மகாசதாசிவோகம் ஓம் நித்யானந்த மகாசதாசிவோகம்
காயம் ஆடைகளாகும்
மகாசதாசிவோகம்
ஆலயங்க சுகமுற அமர வந்ததோ ராகராஜம்
நித்யானந்த
தீதி எங்கும்
மகாசதாசிவோகம்
யம் 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 தேவமாய மௌனம் சிவமாய் மாறிடும்
நித்யானந்த மகாசதாசிவோகம்
தூராந்திகம்
ஓம் நித்யானந்த மகாசதாசிவோகம் ஓம் நித்யானந்த மகாசதாசிவோகம் ஓம் நித்யானந்த மகாசதாசிவோகம் ஓம் நித்யானந்த
இல்லவெங்கும் திருமணயோகம் தருவதோ சுந்தரேஷம்
மகாசதாசிவோகம்
ஷம் 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 உக்ரசிம்மம் தினமது தனிய கொண்டதோ சரவணி
நித்யானந்த
ஷம் ஷம் ஷம்
மகாசதாசிவோகம்
ஷம் 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 ஆவி வடிவ கொண்டவன்
நித்யானந்த மகாசதாசிவோகம்
அணிவதோ சட்டநாகம்
ஓம் நித்யானந்த மகாசதாசிவோகம் ஓம் நித்யானந்த மகாசதாசிவோகம் ஓம் நித்யானந்த மகாசதாசிவோகம் ஓம் நித்யானந்த மகாசதாசிவோகம் ஓம் நித்யானந்த மகாசதாசிவோகம்
கிரீம் 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 பஞ்சபூதம் அடைக்கிடும் வண்ணம்
நித்யானந்த
ஸ்ரீம் 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 நேசவாதம் நெற்றியில் கமழும் இதங்கால ரூபம் கிரீம் 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 நாத பிரம்ம மலஜித வடிவாய் வந்ததோம் சிவோகம்
மகாசதாசிவோகம்
கேட்டவர் வாழ்வார் கைலையில் 100 ஜென்மம்
நித்யானந்த மகாசதாசிவோகம் ஓம் நித்யானந்த மகாசதாசிவோகம் ஓம் நித்யானந்த நித்யானந்த மகாசதாசிவோகம் ஓம் நித்யானந்த மகாசதாசிவோகம்
நீலகண்டம் ஆண்டதோ மாதுபாகம் நித்யானந்த மகாசதாசிவோஹம் தட்சயஜமானவ பிண்டம் நித்யானந்த மகாசதாசிவோஹம் நித்யானந்த மகாசதாசிவோஹம் நித்யானந்த மகாசதாசிவோஹம் நித்யானந்த மகாசதாசிவோஹம் நித்யானந்த மகாசதாசிவோஹம் விழைய தந்ததோ சக்கரதானம்
நித்யானந்த
கண்டதோ
மகாசதாசிவோஹம்
காமபீஜம் காய்ந்திட விழியால் பூத்த காமாரி
நித்யானந்த மகாசதாசிவோஹம்
நம் 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 சாமகானம் பாடிய ராவணன் பார்த்ததோ
நித்யானந்த மகாசதாசிவோஹம் நித்யானந்த மகாசதாசிவோஹம் நித்யானந்த மகாசதாசிவோஹம் நித்யானந்த மகாசதாசிவோஹம்
பார்வதியுடனே சேர்ந்ததோ சோமஸ்கந்தம்
நித்யானந்த
வடிவம்
மகாசதாசிவோஹம்
ஆத்மபோதம் ஹரிஹர வடிவாய் நின்றதோ ஏகவாதம்
நித்யானந்த
வரஹரே
மகாசதாசிவோஹம்
ஞம் 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 நம சிவாய நடுவில் அமையும்
நித்யானந்த மகாசதாசிவோஹம் நித்யானந்த மகாசதாசிவோஹம் நித்யானந்த மகாசதாசிவோஹம் நித்யானந்த மகாசதாசிவோஹம் நித்யானந்த மகாசதாசிவோஹம்
ஞானலாபம் பரமனை உலகாய் கண்டதோ விக்னராஜம்
நித்யானந்த
தீபம்
மகாசதாசிவோஹம்
பம் 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 கங்கை நீரும் வாகனம் ஓடி தீர்த்ததோ
நித்யானந்த
பம் 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 வேதிகை நாசம் கண்டதோ வீரபத்ரம் மம் 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 அர்த்தஜாமம் காளிகையோடி
நித்யானந்த மகாசதாசிவோஹம் நித்யானந்த மகாசதாசிவோஹம் நித்யானந்த மகாசதாசிவோஹம் நித்யானந்த மகாசதாசிவோஹம்
வாசியோகம் நாசியில் மலரும் சச்சிதானந்த ரூபம்
நித்யானந்த
கோலபடி
மகாசதாசிவோஹம்
பம் 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 சிஷ்யபாவம் அருளும்
நித்யானந்த மகாசதாசிவோஹம்
ஞம் 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 சிவனினம் சம்ஹரகர
நித்யானந்த
லிங்கம்
மகாசதாசிவோஹம்
மாயம் ஆணைகளாகும் திசைகளே திகம்பதேசம் யம் 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 ஆலயம் சுகமுற அமர வந்ததோ தியாகராஜம் யம் 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 தீதி என்று போஜன அன்னம் எச்சதோ விச்சாரணம் யம் 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 தேவமாயம் அமுதம் சிவமாய் மாறிடும் கருடாந்திகம் லம் 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 ஏகசூரம் பரிலோகம் வைத்ததே துவாதிகம்
Paramashivoham Nithyananda Mahasadaशिवोहम Nithyananda Mahasadaशिवोहम Nithyananda Mahasadaशिवोहम
ஷம் 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 இல்லமெங்கும் திருமணயோகம் தருவதோ சுந்தரேசனம் ஷம் 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 கொள்வதோ சரவரூபம் ஷம் 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 இல்லமெங்கும் அசுரர்கள் அழிய கண்டதும் அஸ்வரூபம் ஷம் 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 ஆவி வடிவம் கொண்டவன் கோபம் தீர்த்ததோ கூர்மநாசம் யம் 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 தடையின் ஓரம் அன்றி கொண்டு அணிவதும் சக்தநாசம்
Paramashivoham Nithyananda Mahasadaशिवोहam Nithyananda Mahasadaशिवोहam Nithyananda Mahasadaशिवोहam Nithyananda Mahasadaशिवोहam
ஹ்ரீம் 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 பிந்துநாதமய நரிவுடனே சேர்ந்ததோ
Nithyananda
ஹ்ரீம் 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 பஞ்சபூத படைக்கிடும் வண்ணம்
Mahasadaशिवोहam
தெரிந்ததோ சக்தி வேதம் ஸ்ரீம் 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 நீர்நாதம் நெற்றியில் கமலம் முக்தி கங்காள ரூபம் ஹ்ரீம் 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 நாத பிரம்ம பலவித வடிவாய் வந்ததோ சிவம்
Nithyananda
மந்திரம் கேட்டவர்
Mahasadaशिवोहam Nithyananda Mahasadaशिवोहam Nithyananda Mahasadaशिवोहam Om Nithyananda Mahasadaशिवोहam So here I have the Rajita Murti made out of pure silver, which is going to be filled with various spiritual alchemy products like Aushadha, Jnananjana and mandalas, yantras. This will literally act as a living Mahasadashiva, and it will literally be radiating the living Mahasadashiva's energy. You can see the close-up. It will act as a live initiation transmitter. After the Aushadha, I will continue to be giving many more initiations. All that you can literally receive from this deity. So it's almost like having physical presence of the Master incarnation. You can see all the sites, and it is done very, actually scientifically it is done. The measurements, everything was taken very scientifically, and they have done it wonderful job. They have done a wonderful job. Yes. Welcome to Aushadha to receive your own Atmamurti. Yes. So with this, we will start now the power manifestation and the causing